guys. We are outside. We are outside and live. I wanted to have some natural light. So let's get this. I should really have like a tripod at home, but I'm balancing my phone on my laptop. So my laptop is my tripod right now. And I just realized I look like, I don't know what I look like, but I'm definitely looking vintage. Good morning, Jamie. I'm definitely looking like a double knit poly over here, which is what I'm wearing. It's not so hot here in Maryland. The humidity has gone down to 40%. Amen. So I'm going to share this out and wait for some jewelry addicts to pop in. Per usual, we have a lot to talk about, especially because I did not host my Founders Chat on Friday, which was my intention, but life got in the way. Okay, I don't like to listen to myself as I'm actually on the live. Hi, Kristen! Forget them, we are your chat now. Who am I forgetting, Kristen? Who am I leaving in the dust because they're not here? If you're not here when the live starts, you're not included, okay? On Wednesday, we wear pink. No, that's not how Vintage Jewelry Addicts is at all. Okay, Founders Chat. Happy Friday. Although, what is Friday these days, right? Join founder. I love talking in the third person. Samantha, as she shares our live sales schedule for the weekends and community updates. Okay. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. People who don't show, boo. I know, right? But that's all good. We will hang tight here, wait for a few people. How is whoever is tuning in? How is the weather near you? Kristen, I know you're somewhere on the main line, Philadelphia. I know that because I'm from Pennsylvania. Born and raised Lancaster, went to Temple University. I miss Philly a lot. I just like gritty cities. There's something about, I don't know. There's something about feeling unsafe that like turns me on. I don't know what it is. Here in Baltimore, it's actually probably worse than the city of Philadelphia, and it's much worse than New York. People think New York is so unsafe. It is so safe in New York in comparison to like Detroit and Chicago and Philadelphia. And all right, so I'm just going to head on over to Facebook because we always stream to our Facebook page. Yeah, definitely afraid of Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore is where you're like, I'm actually not sure where to park my car because it might get broken into if I leave something. We definitely don't leave, or I don't leave jewelry in my car in Baltimore. I take that out and I put it inside. All right, so we're going to share this out. And if you guys are tuning into the replay, of course, you can watch the replay. You can't comment, but you can always message me with questions or just follow up. Okay, learn more about our community over at vintagejewelryaddicts.com. Join our Founders Chat happening every Friday. All right. Okay. We didn't go to the bad parts of the city, but we're not scared of downtown. Downtown's, yeah, down Market Street. Market Street's fine. Broad Street. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Broad Street is, I guess, I mean, it just, I'm not quite sure what, I feel like crime off Temple has gotten worse. I mean, now this is just Philly talk. This is why no one's on the live. They're like, Kristen and Sammy are talking about Philadelphia. Like, this has nothing to do with jewelry. But yeah, I lived on Spring Garden in 07. I lived on Spring Garden and 12th Street. And across was the Spaghetti Warehouse. I don't know how long you've been in Philadelphia. Hi, Nancy. And the Spaghetti Warehouse was like the coolest place ever because it was like this old school Philadelphian Italian restaurant. And then it became a nightclub. And I was like, gentrification! No more gentrification. And you know how like when things become gentrified, also as people who buy and resell, the things that we're buying to resell, like the cost goes up. So Anyway, hi, Catherine. We are. We're on my back deck here in Baltimore because I noticed that when I'm in my kitchen, I feel like the lighting isn't great, and I don't know, I feel like it's a distraction, although I don't have a tripod. You guys saw that my iPhone just fell. I'm using my laptop as my tripod. But yes, we're having coffee. Catherine, congratulations. Catherine made, I think, her first marketplace, marketplace sale this week. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to talk about sales. I'm going to be Miss Motivator again, Miss Encourager again. We have a lot to talk about today, and hopefully some new sellers see this. Jamie's been working really hard on making sure that our sellers understand the process, how to do onboarding, how to learn about going live, knowing that they have the opportunity if they want to do a test run with me, and just really understanding that this is the type of community that, like, the more that you're active, the better your sales are, the better your connection with others are, the better, these things that the universe manifests for us, like, things are just manifested, right? But what's wonderful is that I actually can see the numbers. So I see things increasing, and it's really kind of blowing my mind. Like, I don't know how yesterday we made $225 in sales in the marketplace. Like, how did you guys do that? Like, where did those sales come from? I don't know, but they're there. So you guys behind the scenes are very busy, and I'm very proud. You are getting there, Catherine. Yes, you are getting there. Okay, cool. I'm seeing what else. Damn it, you were right. I did my first send offer and it worked. Oh, that's awesome, Kristen. We can go over that again. Because again, there's a lot, I think, there's a lot to district that, like, the reason that I tend to reiterate things is because I realize that it can be overwhelming. And so when people are overwhelmed, they do nothing. And that's probably 80% of people. So it's good to just remind people, okay, this is an opportunity, you can do this, you can do this. And then when it all comes together, it's like, oh, I got it. This is great. And then you're just like slam dunking. It's just like playing tennis. Like, you got to bend your knees. You have to there's a lot of things to hit the ball. So it's the same thing here. Okay, Jamie just said, I always send offers when I get a like. Sometimes they respond, sometimes not, but I do get sales from them. Kristen, I know what my regulars like. I find their stuff and I send them the info and they let me know if they want it. So I pop and buy it now. Great point, Kristen. So the fact that District has messaging and the fact that we have tagging in our general chat, and I'll remind you guys how to do that, is your opportunity to basically reach out to people that you feel like you formed a relationship with here and say, hey, I found this, I'm trying to think of a label that's like very collectible. This Joan Rivers. Oh my gosh, we just sold something. Hugh just made a sale. Okay, hold on. Squirrel. Joan Rivers. I found this Joan Rivers necklace. I know you like Joan Rivers. Are you interested? I'll list it as a buy it now. Right? Catherine. Catherine's done a great job of being in the ISO chat. You guys can always pop in that ISO chat or the general chat and say, hey, I just listed this. What do you guys think? I just listed a 1912, 14 karat gold locket. What do you guys think? And I think that a lot of us, we feel intuitively that by asking for the sale, we're being too pushy. But the truth is that when you start to switch it to I'm giving people a service, I'm doing people a service by sending them offers, by sending them a DM, by tagging them to say, hey, I'm hosting a live sale, or just even sharing in chat, hey, I have this new inventory, check it out. DM me if you have questions. Here's something that I just think is so rad. Check it out. Like, you're doing them a service. And we have a seller who's actually, she's coming back into Vintage Joy Addicts. She's an incredible veteran seller. Her name's Odelia. And Odelia always goes, no press. That's like her thing, no press. And it's true, because you can't force someone to buy something. And you don't want them to feel like that, but at the same time, it takes away like the thought that you're having of being like pushy, where you're like, no pressure. Like I'm just letting you know because it's a busy world out there, and I know this about you, and I have this cool thing, and I know it's cool. Like from the point of view of Catherine, like Catherine has like amazing Whiting and Davis. Like Catherine can be like, I know how hard it is to find Whiting and Davis at 20% less than the average selling price. And I'm here to give it to you guys. If you're interested, I have this piece. I can't even find it on the internet. It's so rare, but it's here on Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And so it's like, it's changing it around. So again, you're also just like, you're educating yourself to educate others. I do that a lot when I'm selling clothing, where I'll be like, this piece I have seen sold for this amount of money, but I'm offering it to you for this amount. And, you know, those are facts. Like, you know, I'm not being so salesy that I'm making stuff up. I'm not saying that, like, Nicole Kidman wore this dress, so you should wear it. It's like, well, maybe she wore it on the red carpet, but she didn't actually wear it. You know, so there's a difference. So, again, many of us are stepping into Vintage Jewelry Addicts as hobbyists. And this is a wonderful platform to begin to stretch and step into the stretch zone of how do we step into sales. And as Jamie just noted, how do we become someone's personal shopper? How do we become the community's personal shopper? You know, and also just, you know, understand that if we build 10 solid relationships, that will help us every single live sale. And then it's like on a live sale, if you have one new customer, you've added one new solid relationship, and that roster grows and grows and grows. And then one day you have 100 solid customers that you can constantly reach out to here on Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And that's really all that matters. I mean, if you want more customers, that's awesome. But I also try to remind people that, I mean, 100's a lot. I mean, I would say even 25 solid customers will help you to make regular sales each and every month. Exactly, Catherine. Catherine, I love that you're watching on Facebook. This is so great. Okay, so I totally went on a rant there, which is what I do. I first want to give us a really huge shout out. I'm being a broken record here, but we relaunched in April, and I believe that our official relaunch was April 28th. And I have to actually look at my calendar, but it was around the end of April. So we are going on 3 months next week, all right? And every week, we're either making the same or more as a community. Now, I just learned that this includes tax and shipping. So it's not 100% accurate. I have to actually talk to districts because I'm like, this is misleading because tax and shipping, like, nobody gets that money, right? But, well, except for the government. Today, $48. Yesterday, $218. Almost $3,000. Now, again, this is tax and shipping. This includes tax and shipping. But I want you guys to see. Alrighty, so this should show the calendar. How we have grown. Now it goes down when we don't have our live sales, obviously. Okay, but you see how it started because we started with the Wednesday. Holy mackerel. Look at this. Look at this Wednesday. Look at that. What? Wait, what? Wait, this wasn't even a live sale day yesterday. It blows my mind. Now, this is our average order value right now. All of us can go, as a seller, can go into our insights. So these are my insights, guys. My personal average order value is $17.55. I suggest looking at this and using this, if you're an active seller, using this to help you understand, okay, what is that sweet spot for my customer? And again, this does include tax and shipping, so it's a little misleading, and I'm so sorry about that. And then for you guys, I'm not going to show how much they've spent. You can see your top buyers. So those of us that have been active, we can begin to create our buyer list thanks to District software, and we can see, oh, okay, here's everyone who's bought from me. So maybe when I have a live sale, let me tag Authentic Me, Dimples, Natalie Sargent, A. Delisandro, Nancy's Vintage Treasures, Nor, Maria, Thrifters Anonymous, Circa 2020, Flippin' Vintiques. Let me tag them so that they know that I'm actually going live. So anyway, I'm a big numbers person. I was never able to do this in my other community and to really understand what's happening. But it's just really exciting to see. And we are a very, very small community. I want to show you guys, we are number, can I show you? We're like number 8 in marketplaces, but we're very small. And I just love that because, I'm sorry guys, I can't find it. I guess I have to go back to district, just the homepage. Top marketplaces. I love seeing how successful we are and how small we are. We're number 9 because it shows that we just have so much more room for growth and that the sales are going to double, triple, quadruple once our membership starts to hit 10,000. 10,000 tends to be that like tipping point number. So for anyone who is with district in any shape or form, whether you're on another community, or you're selling on Instagram or selling on whatnot, remember that you can share that link, DM me if you can't find it, which allows you to get $5 in credit if they use that link to purchase $5 from anyone on District. And that will continue to grow District as a whole because you're bringing more people into District, as well as Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And then anyone who is a customer of yours elsewhere, they can come to Vintage Jewelry Addicts and you can give them your store link and they can shop your store so that when people talk to you, say at like an in-person event or on Facebook or on whatnot or wherever you're selling, Etsy, you can actually say to them, hey, I have another storefront or I have a storefront and it's here on Vintage Jewelry Addicts and I go live here. And here's my link so that you can shop my storefront and get $5 off right now. Yes, it can only be used in buy it now items. Yeah, it can't be used on auctions. So amazing. This was not on my agenda this morning, but I do realize in my communication with District, like last year, there was conversation that sellers could pull listings from Shopify and that District could help them upload them to their marketplace. I never did that with a seller. It was a conversation. We never executed that. I am unaware if the technology exists to import from other platforms, say Etsy, say Depop, say eBay. I don't know if it exists. I want to say Shopify might be available, but I have a meeting today, so that is one of my questions. So if that's something that you guys have been interested in, let me know. Again, it's technology that I don't own the marketplace. I don't run the marketplace, the whole platform, the software, but it is something that we can say, hey, if this is available, this is something that's being requested so that they know, okay, this is something for us that makes sense. Because keep in mind, all the marketplaces are different. There's a marketplace about Taylor Swift. There's a marketplace that's nothing but like Craigslist finds. We are, I think, to my knowledge, one of 3 jewelry marketplaces. So we do have special needs, and it is, we're special needs people, in the best of ways. We're special needs people. And so it is important that you guys continue to like say, hey, how about this? How about that? Because I can pass it along. It's just no promises, unfortunately. Okay. So let's talk about the schedule. My gosh, I'm all over the place, which is normal. Okay. So first up, we did have a cancellation for tonight at 6 p.m. If you are a seller and you want to hop on at 6 p.m. until 7:40, you'll rate Amanda, who was here. She popped on for a second, of Candyland Curiosities. That spot is open. So message me or message Jamie if you've never hosted a live sale before and you feel like you can do it. We have the training videos for you. We can get you started ASAP. But we are going to firm that up within the next 90 minutes or so. We have someone on standby, but if you haven't sold with us before, or if you have sold with us before, but you just haven't, you like did not book for this weekend. You're like, oh, it would be nice to book for this weekend. I don't have a live sale spot this weekend. PM me, okay? So Catherine could hop on. She's on right now. Maria wants to hop on. Anyone, who is a seller or someone who hasn't sold with us live yet, but feels like they can do it. Again, a little bit of pressure because you've got, 6 hours to prepare pretty much, but we welcome you. But our 6 p.m. will get filled, and then at 7:40, and I'm going to show you guys the calendar. It's always kind of helpful to see it visually. We have Amanda of Candyland Curiosities, and then we have Amy of South Jersey Mama. So again, guys, every weekend, what we do is we schedule our live sales so that we're doing raid trains so that the audience continues to move between sellers. Our last seller of the night always can sell until they feel like the cows have come home. So Amy of South Jersey Mama, she'll start around 9:15, and she might sell until 11 or 11:30. Okay, tomorrow night we might also have a 6 p.m. open. I'm waiting to hear back from the seller. She has not sold with us before, and I actually could not find her handle. So if she's changed her handle, then I just need to know who she is. Shelly, if you're listening, we are looking for you. You are MIA. We would love to have you sell with us, but I just want to make sure that I communicate with you before your live sale. So 6 p.m. is kind of a up in the air slot. So if someone is interested in that as backup, please PM me. But we have a veteran but new live seller joining us at 7:40, and that is Ella of Arandighty Vintage. Now, Ella comes to us from the Facebook world, as I previously ran a Facebook live sale community, and Ella is based in Indiana. She actually just opened a brick and mortar, and she specializes in vintage clothing and accessories, and she does a lot of Midwest markets. So if you are based in the Midwest, all right, you might need to know Ella, because there's a chance that you have seen her somewhere in the Chicago, Illinois, Indiana area. I think she also goes to Michigan. She travels, okay? She's amazing. And she will be making her kind of re-debut with us at 7:40 tomorrow night, Saturday, July 27th. And then Jamie, she will be finishing us out. Jamie of Flippin' Mantique, she will be live around 9 p.m. She'll probably start selling around 9:15, and she will sell until the cows come home. And then Sunday night, we have Melody Jones. Melody loves her Sunday night spot. She'll be live at 6 p.m. She is confirmed. And then we have a brand new live seller in our community. And I want to give her a very special shout out because she has been diligently selling as a marketplace seller. And I'm about to bring up her handle. And I'm sorry, guys, I always do this, it's kind of awkward where I'm showing my screen, but I can't share my screen when I'm going live with my phone. And let me bring her up right now because I couldn't search for her. There she is. Okay, so Diana of Arctic Angels Treasures. Shout out to Diana, okay? She has made 8 sales in our platform. She has 101 listings, and she has some absolutely incredible items up for oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So you guys, I don't know if she's pre-scheduled her live sale. I'm going to go check that out because you can place pre-bids if she has pre-scheduled. And we're going to see. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, guys. See, I don't even know how to completely use this on my own platform. Okay. So she has pre-scheduled herself, and you guys can place pre-bids. I am pretty sure. Yep, you can set pre-bids, and it looks like she has, sorry guys, looks like my Wi-Fi is not working 100%. Hold on. Oh, that's a cute little guy. She has 34 auctions on pre-bid. So you guys can find this on the homepage of our marketplace. It will always show who is scheduled to go live if they have pre-scheduled. So we have Amanda, we have Amy, we have Ella of Arandighty Vintage, we have Jamie, we have Melody, and we have Diana. Kristen, who I think is tuning in live, she gets to pre-schedule her live sale as well. And Kristen Keenly, or Keenly Kristen, her last name is always Keenly to me. She will be our final live seller, kicking off around 9:30. And she will be this final slot. And again, if you guys are sellers or if you're buyers, that last slot, our sellers sometimes sell until the wee hours of the morning, especially if you are PST. So if you're a PST person and you're like, I can't tune in until 9 p.m. my time because I have kids and dinner and the gym. Well, maybe at 12 midnight EST, we have someone like Keenly Kristen selling live because she has stamina like no one I've ever met before when it comes to selling. Great point. Thank you, Jamie. So Diana is a member of our Facebook community, and this is another broken record thing. I want you guys to head over and join. I will remind you in the seller chat today. Actually, no, in the general chat because I want everyone to join. We have I think we're almost at 16,000 member Facebook group. And if you sell live with us or if you have listings, see there I am. If you have listings that are district listings, so from the Vintage Jewelry Addicts Marketplace, I'm going to try to find an example. Here's Jamie sharing out our Vintage Jewelry Addict item of the day. This looks amazing. Let me see if I can try to find an example. But you can post your district items for sale. But you can also sign up if you just want to post directly into the group. It just means you have to coordinate the payment with the buyer on your own, which can, there's pros and cons to that. I don't see Diana, but Diana is frequently active in the Facebook community, so you might know her more from Facebook than you do. Yeah, Diana Fife is her last name. Let's see, there she is. Oh, that's adorable. Look at what she bought a few days ago. Look at this mannequin head. A Heavy Metal Live in August. Oh my God. Diana, I can already tell, is going to be an amazing live seller. I am so ready for her. Okay, here she is. Oh, this is May 6th. Facebook is strange. It brings up really old postings. But she is very active on Facebook, as well as chiming in. She's very knowledgeable. And so I'm so excited that she's going to be a regular live seller with Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Hi, Bella's Treasure. Oh, no worries, Catherine. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's unfair because I operate everything from an EST point of view, but I would confuse myself too if I were like 9 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. It would just be very confusing. So I just hope that people can convert from EST. I can't wait for her show either. I think she's ready to go. She and I have been chatting back and forth. I really appreciate when you guys just pop in just to be a wallflower because our new live sellers, it's really encouraging to see that viewership. Speaking of viewership, let me bring up my to-do list here. I have so many tabs open, guys. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I have so much to say. I'm skipping ahead. I have talked about this before with some sellers. There will be something scheduled in August where I will be showing you, if you want to attend as a seller, how to go live on Instagram at the same time as District. Now, you need an Instagram business account. This is something that we can do for you with our Vintage Jewelry Addicts Instagram account, which does benefit our account because it helps the account to grow. The only issue is that I have to be available. So I can't be like running around. I have to be at home with my laptop to do it. It's not like something I can do on my phone. So there's been a few opportunities this last week where I was like, I can't do it. I'm just not available. But if you ask me and I can create that for you, I would love to stream your live sales to Instagram. But I also want to give you guys the power to do it yourselves, because if you have created a following and you want them to know that you're selling live, obviously, I want you guys to have those customers who know, like, and trust you already buying from you thanks to the district technology. So this is just an announcement. Just PM me if you're interested in learning how to stream yourself or having us stream for you to the Vintage Jewelry Addicts Instagram account, which if you guys are not already following, and I get to update it today with who is selling live. But all you have to do is follow Vintage Jewelry Addicts. I'm so glad that we were able to get that handle. And we have been sharing your items for sale direct to Instagram so that when people comment claim, so if they, well, I have to log into Instagram. I'm sorry, guys. But when people comment claim on those posts, they can actually check out. All right, I'm not going to be able to log in. But they can actually check out using Instagram. And we did have one person do that in the last week. I haven't told Jamie yet. They just did not purchase, but they did write claim. So baby steps, slow growth. But if you guys follow the page, that does really help because Instagram will continue to promote it. Okay, let's talk about seller status. Now, everyone who's tuning in most likely is an active seller. I don't know if I'm really going to be speaking to the people that I want to be speaking to right now. But we have had so many applications to sell, and we do want those who are qualified to feel like this is a place for you to list. This is a place for you to sell live. This is a opportunity for you to access customers, to build upon your customer list, or to start as a seller. Maybe you're a hobbyist and you want to start with us because you have great inventory. You don't necessarily have to be pre-established, the best of the best to sell with us. But here's the big but. Myself and Jamie, who has been brought on to help, we put energy into accepting, we put energy into giving you the information for onboarding, into following up to make sure like you got the information correctly, promoting listings, promoting sellers. And so we want the sellers that are signed up to sell with us in any shape or form to be active, right? This will also help to, just encourage people to be active in the community in general. So we are instating a 3-month sort of waiting period for you to be active as a new seller. If you are not active within 90 days, before the 90-day period, we will be messaging you to say, hey, totally okay. Obviously, we're not holding this against you. But if you don't, start to stir the pot a little bit and list, or let us know that you have a life situation, which happens to all of us all the time, every day. But if we don't hear back, if it's clear that you're not contributing to Vintage Jewelry Addicts as a seller, even though we've accepted you, within 90 days, we will just make you a member. So what that means is that if you want to come back and sell with us, you'll have to reapply. And so we have 328 sellers. I'm going to guesstimate that 30 of them are active at this very moment. And so Jamie and I, we have a meeting today, and most likely around August 10th, 14th, something like that, we will be removing people. I say removing. You're not leaving the marketplace. Your seller status is just being changed to member status, but we will be messaging you before that, just to give you a heads up. Now, the truth is I don't think everyone sees their messages. They don't have the notifications turned on, blah, 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 blah. But again, as a small community, without a huge YouTube channel, without, things that just make things grow. I've always said to people, I'm a very kind of small fish. We really want to create that intimate environment where the sellers that are showing up, if you want support, if you want a helping hand with something, we know that you're committed. We know that you're here to stay, you're here to grow, and that just helps. It helps create opportunity and boundaries for everyone. So again, if you are someone who's listening in and you're like, oh shoot, I was accepted 2 months ago and I haven't done anything, send us a message. Of course, we will make exceptions. Things happen. It's as easy as applying again. It's not like we're going to reject you, but we do just want to make sure that people understand that there is that expectation. So that's something that will be added to the application so that when people apply, they see in fine print like, hey, we do expect you to be active within 3 months. And I think that's very generous. It should probably be something like 60 days. But, you know, again, as someone who has life come up all the time, I completely understand. The Purge. I know. That's like our joke. That's such a horrible movie. But it will be kind of like a purge. But the truth is, if you don't reply, you know, obviously, like, we want to give you, you know, a chance to stay if it's just something, you know, that's like, oh, I forgot, you know, oh, yes, you know, let's go. You know, and again, our goal is to have, you know, really consistent sellers who want to grow here. As opposed to fly-by-night sellers, which means that, you know, people just pop on and then they move on to like the next best thing. What I will add in really quickly, and it might have to go in the fine print somewhere as well, because I've been asked this, you are totally welcome to sell in other marketplaces. There are some really great marketplaces here on District, and by selling in other marketplaces, you become more experienced, you build a bigger client list that you can bring to other marketplaces. You might learn something that we need to know. And obviously, I want everyone to succeed. I want people to be making as much money, selling as much vintage, buying as much vintage as possible. So there's no like exclusive terms. Guys can sell anywhere. I think that, you know, what we create here with Vintage Jewelry Addicts is going to be a little different than other platforms. But there are pros and cons to selling everywhere. And I completely understand that. So I think that's it. This was a very serious Founders Chat conversation. Let me see what else I did not go over. I went over the schedule. Okay, let's do something light. This is, I think, our final point. Our final point. We at Vintage Jewelry Addicts have a newsletter. And I know that newsletters, you know, as someone who's been on the internet since the beginning, some newsletters are like, oh, why am I getting this? And then other newsletters are like, oh, this is exciting. This is great. I want our newsletter to be exciting and great. And so I support you. I encourage you, and I will be sharing this to our general chat and as an announcement. I encourage you to sign up for our newsletter. You can unsubscribe at any time. But I encourage you to sign up because what we're going to be doing are more, how do I say, intentional promotional efforts for our live sales, more intentional promotional efforts for your amazing jewelry, especially if you're participating with a train, more promotional efforts with giving background on our sellers, so that's seller interviews and bios, and more promotional efforts that are different than the Founders Chat. Not everyone's going to tune into a Founders Chat. People might need to be reminded of something over a newsletter. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. It's going to be awesome. I promise. Not going to be annoying. And the other thing that I want to add is that we are growing as a community. There's things that I can't tell you, but I know are coming. And so the newsletter will be helpful for you to get that information so that you're aware, so that you're not lost. You're like, oh, the Android app shouldn't have said that. So anyway, the newsletter will be helpful. I'm going to share this to you guys over announcement in chat. Jamie has the link. She'll probably be announcing it to the announcements. But it will be really helpful for you guys to sign up. The only thing I want to say is oftentimes newsletters, they go to the promotion. So just move it if you have Gmail, or check your spam, because unfortunately that still exists. But I think once you guys move it into your proper inbox, it should arrive there, and it will always say Vintage Jewelry Addicts as the sender. And that's just a way for you guys to know that it's not Target, that it's not, who else sends annoying newsletters? Somebody tell me, somebody that sends an annoying newsletter. Michael's newsletters are very annoying. I can't seem to unsubscribe from them. Hold on, let me look at all my newsletters. Oh my gosh. Rite Aid. I'm on the Rite Aid newsletter. Shoe Carnival. I don't know how. Shoe Carnival. It's crazy how people will just add you to a newsletter and you have no idea. Sorry, guys. But here, I'll show you guys. Look at all of my, so if you start to get our newsletter, you just want to move it to your primary or check your spam, because I do get newsletters here that should be in my main. I mean, obviously that's not one I want. Trying to think of one that actually like is a legitimate newsletter that somehow fell in here. That might be an actual newsletter. But anyway, most of the time this is spam, but sometimes, you know, it just doesn't end up in the inbox. Okay, rambling again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I see that we still have 11 viewers. Thank you so much. I'm just going to double check that I went over everything. I'm really, really looking forward to our live sales this weekend. I want to also remind you guys that if you can't shop the live sales, or if you are a seller, to check the marketplace. I'm encouraging our sellers, again, I already did this, but please use that general chat. Be like, hey, I just hosted a live sale, converted everything from auction to buy it now, make me an offer, here's my link. You know, remind people that you hosted a live sale. Remind people that you have items for sale, because not everyone can tune into the live sales, but people do want to shop here. I think what's been so amazing, and Jamie pointed this out to me, is that our Wednesday viewers are different than our weekend viewers. And the same thing as our marketplace buyers versus live sellers. Some people just don't want to watch a live sale, but they love the marketplace. And so you guys will find your footing here, but use the tools that are available to you. Do not be afraid to use the tools. Again, just as a quick recap, for streaming to IG, please PM me if you're interested. I will announce at some point some sort of community training on how to do that. Please PM me if you want to take the 6 p.m. slot tonight or tomorrow night, because there's a possibility tomorrow night will be open. If you are a seller but you haven't sold, if you haven't listed, if you haven't hosted a live sale, and you want to stay on, you don't want us to purge you, PM me. And I will see you guys on the live sales tonight. Okay, I think that was it. I think we're done. I'm starting to hear there's a helicopter flying around Baltimore. I don't know if you guys hear that. It's starting to get a little warm out here because I'm wearing my double knit poly. Thank you, Jamie. And I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. I appreciate you. Buy, sell, collect with Vintage Jewelry Addicts, because we are crazy, awesome, addicted. All right, peace. See you next time.